Hello, everyone. Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Christmas in Arkham 2025. And then there were three. Tonight, we have the winners group in the Fate of the Elder Gods tournament. One of these ancient ones will be our opponent for Christmas in Arkham this year. Jester, you've been watching the tournament unfold. We have Atlach-Nacha, Azathoth, and Shub-Niggurath left. Who have you got your money on tonight?
I got it on Atlach-Nacha because that's the guy that I brought into the finals, and I'm hoping that he can pull it out. And I would be very proud, Papa, to bring him into the finals.
Well, whether or not Atlach-Nacha makes it to the finals is actually in my hands, and she'll be our first ancient one.
I know it's all up to you, but I'm rooting for you, buddy. I'm going to help you out as best I can.
Right. Anyway, let's get my screen.
Who do you have your money on, should I ask?
Well, Azathoth being a first-time finalist in the tournament, I'm not really sure he's going to pull it out. Atlach-Nacha is actually a two-time finalist. She made it to the finals the very first time the tournament was run in 2022. And you've got control of our first three-time finalist and the inaugural winner of the Fate of the Elder Gods tournament in Shub-Niggurath. She could be looking to become our first two-time winner of the tournament tonight. So, honestly...
hang on a second. I thought I had...
Azathoth. You have Azathoth tonight.
Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. I
just
want to make sure we were on the same page. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Not to worry. Anywho, let's actually meet our first ancient one, that being the Spider Queen, Atlach-Nacha. Her dark gift is Weaver of Worlds. Place two of your cultists from onto any other lodge. For the solo game, that goes with the investigators. When a lodge with your cultist places one of theirs onto a location, you can place one of yours from their lodge onto that location as well. Again, that goes when the investigators go. I'm going to remember to actually make the tint a bit different on their fate piece. And I think we are all set. So if we've got no further objections, let's jump into the action.
Rock and roll, buddy.
Starting from the other worlds, that Alhazred's Vengeance is basically El Hot Garbaggio, or if we're looking at Spanish, El Garbaggio Hot, because they want the noun before the adjective in the Spanish. But all that rambling translates to, I'm moving over to the library. Placing a cultist and an investigator. Then I could roll for temporary control of the location, which I think I'm going to do, just in case I get something really good that I want to prepare. Which I do not get. So 3 cards, and I can ready using the same astral symbols, except red and white says there's nothing I'm preparing in my hand. So I will draw back up, and that'll be Atlach-Nacha's turn. The investigators from the streets of Arkham will then discard a green to move over to the gathering and place an investigator. I was hoping to be able to go to the gathering, especially since this Call of the Wicked Ones is even more El Garbaggio hot than Alhazred's Vengeance was, but I've been locked out of that. Fortunately, I have another Alhazred's Vengeance that I can discard. That'll be on a blue, and that'll send me over to the museum, which will give me another cultist, and an investigator there. I don't need temporary control. We'll take a look at our starting artifacts. I've got True Magic that I can exhaust to discard a spell in my reserve, then draw the top spell from the deck and immediately ready it for free. Or the Scepter of the Elders, which I can exhaust to sacrifice a cultist from any location to flip a die to its opposite face. I think I'm going to take True Magic, since you were making fairly decent use of that last night.
Yeah, I was going to say that spell was a good way to cycle some nice spells in.
Even though you still couldn't believe my luck with Shub-Niggurath in the last ancient one, but we won't get into that right now.
Terrible.
Anyway, with blue and green, there's nothing I'm preparing there, so I will draw back up, and Atlach-Nacha will be done with another garbage spell. She will then discard a blue, trying to move to the museum, except I'm there already. So the investigators will end up at the other worlds, and Atlach-Nacha will end up with her first curse. Let's see. Now I'm going to use the Call of the Wicked Ones on the green to move over to the gathering. Cultist, Investigator, rolling for temporary control, which I do get. That'll give me 3 cultists back from the abyss. And then because I have control, temporary control, I will move both of these cultists up to the other worlds. Then with green, white, blue, I am not preparing anything there, so I will draw back up, and I will be done. The investigators of the other worlds are discarding a yellow to move down to the streets of Arkham. I would technically get raided immediately, but as you can see, I have exactly no investigators in the lodge. Let's see, then over at the Gathering, fortunately I've got a suspect blue spell and a terrible one, so I'm going to discard both of them so I can move over to the Gathering. Or not the Gathering, the ceremony. I was at the Gathering. Cultist, Investigator. I will roll for temporary control again. And I will not get it this time. What I will get is a gate and 2 investigators in with, or 2 cultists in with the investigators, preferably without flipping over. With double white, I'm not preparing anything there, so that will be Atlach-Nacha's turn. The investigators are discarding a blue at the streets of Arkham to move over to the museum. I'm not going to worry about placing a cultist there right now. I'm going to use a red at the ceremony to move back over to the library. Cultist and Investigator. I will roll for temporary control. Which I will not get. I will get 3 cards, though. And blue, white, red, which I will prepare Enlighten the Faithful. There's blue, white, red at the location. At the end of my turn, I can move up to 3 of my cultists from any one location to any other. So I'll discard all of that. Trying to make a clean discard pile. There we go. I could ready an additional spell, but there wasn't anything else there I wanted to prepare, so I will draw back up, finding a triple red. Then I'll cast the Enlighten the Faithful at the end of my turn, that I can move 3 of my cultists from any one location to anywhere else. So I'm going to take these 3 from the library and stack them at the other worlds. The investigators at the museum are discarding a green to move over to the Gathering. I'm not going to worry about putting a cultist there right now. Let's see. Triple red. Maybe I do want to bite the bullet and go over to the Gathering now. Yes, I will do that. So I'll discard my gate card to move up to the other worlds. Cultist, Investigator. I control the location outright, so I get 7 dice to roll on trying to make progress on Atlach-Nacha's summon track. 6 and 7. Okay, that is 3 cultists into the 3 cultists back to the abyss to advance 3 on the summon track. Then with triple red, actually it's double red, yellow, and wild. I will use the 2 reds along with the wild native to the location to prepare an Ancient Stirring, which I can gain 1 on the summon track and then sacrifice a cultist at the current location to gain 1 more. I'll immediately cast that, sacrificing a cultist to go up 2 more on Atlach-Nacha's summon track. So she's already halfway home. Then I will draw back up, and I will be done. The investigators are at the Gathering, discarding a blue to move up to the museum. Let's see here. I'm going to discard 2 blues at the other worlds. to move back down to the ceremony. Cultist Investigator. Rolling for temporary control. We'll put that over there. Which I will not get. But once again, I will get a gate. And oh, this is a problem. I only have the one cultist to put in their lodge right now. With double white red, I'm not preparing anything there. So I will draw back up, and I'll probably need to use, well, I can probably use one of these greens for a movement. They will discard a white, trying to move to the ceremony, except I'm there, so they'll move to the other worlds instead. Investigator Cultist, and Atlach-Nacha will end up with her second curse. As the curse goes flying off board. Okay. Managed to catch it, though.
It went to the nether worlds.
Yes, it did. I will actually play a green at the ceremony to move over to the gathering. I'll end up with these 4 investigators in my lodge. And I take 2 back from the gathering. 1 goes to the location. 1 goes back to my lodge. And I'll take an Elder Sign penalty for that. Okay, we got to put the investigator out yet. Temporary control doesn't do much of anything for me since I've already got since there's 1 and 1. I will get 3 cultists back, and I'll send the 1 to the other worlds. Then with green, white, quadruple blue, it's probably, well, actually, no, it's not a waste here. I'll prepare a corruption. Get rid of that. There we go. And do I want to cast it immediately? I think I do. So I'll sacrifice 2 cultists from the lodge. I'm going to need to double right back to the gathering pretty quick, but that shouldn't be a big thing. So sacrificing 2 cultists, I can either advance 1 on the summon track or remove 2 elder signs from the lodge. I'm going to take the elder sign away. Then I will draw back up, and Atlach-Nacha will be done with her turn. The investigators are discarding a yellow. This could be problematic. Or they're discarding a yellow at the other worlds to move to the streets of Arkham, putting an investigator out, and I will get rated immediately with 4 dice. So probably that time getting rid of that elder sign might be for naught. So I end up with 2 more elders. I end up with 2 elder signs, but all 4 investigators leave. So that's not totally nothing. Let's see. Back to my turn. I would be rolling 6 dice at the other worlds. Yes, that's probably worth it here. Yeah. We'll go for it. Take these. Whoop. You go there. Stop. You 3 come to the lodge. Cultist Investigator. Rolling 6 dice. We'll see if Atlach-Nacha's if Atlach-Nacha's winners group comes to an end here. Need at least 4, but Atlach-Nacha is going to end up with her 3rd curse. That is a whole lot of nothing. 1 cultist back, 1 on the summon track. That was not a good roll at all. Well, I'm going to use the yellow and the purple there to prepare necessary evil. Then I will draw a card, and I will be done. The investigators are discarding a yellow, trying to move to the streets of Arkham, but they're already there. So they try to move to the other worlds, except I'm there. So they would move. We'll move them to the museum. But that'll also be Atlach-Nacha's 3rd curse. Let's see. From the other worlds, actually, we're going to go back to the Gathering, get more cultists. Over to green. Cultist Investigator. Once again, temporary control doesn't do anything for me here. 3 cultists back to the lodge. 1 to the other worlds. Green and purple, which I will use that to prepare cubes of power. Yeah, we'll do that. So the gate card goes away. Then I will draw back up. And I will be done. I thought there was only the few copies of that in the deck anyway. We'll put the investigators will discard a white to move over to the ceremony, turning that into a dangerous place, and I will actually put a cultist there as well. Let's see here. I do have doubles if I want to do that. So I think... Yikes. I think we just go for it here. So I'm going to cast Necessary Evil, which will let me gain 2 Elder Signs and move down 1 on my summon track. I'm going to move down 1 on the summon track to destroy all of the curses on Atlach-Nacha. Then I'm going to use a red. Actually, no, that's dumb. I'm going to use a yellow to move to the streets of Arkham. Well, actually, that's still dumb. Actually, no, it's not. Because I'll pull the cultist into the lodge, or the investigators. Cultist, investigator. Then I'll roll for temporary control, which I will not get, but still I can get rid of 2 of these cultists out of the lodge. Then with double yellow, red, green, blue. Let's see, yellow, green, blue. I do have that there, so I'll use that to prepare Enlighten the Faithful. Then I will draw back up. Then at the end of my turn, I will cast Enlighten the Faithful, so I can move 3 of my cultists from any one location to any other location. So we'll move these 3 cultists from the ceremony up to the other worlds. Then at the ceremony, they'll discard a green to move over to the gathering. Let's see, I do have doubles if I want to go for it, and I think I do. So I'll use double red to move up to the other worlds. Cultist, investigator. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 dice from cubes of power. And I need 4 of these to be summons. 2, 6, 12. Yep. So 4 have to be summons. In case this doesn't work, Cthulhu's return the cultists back to the lodge. Yep. I think I've got a die coming off. So that one was falling off, so I'll re-roll it. Wow, get a pretty terrible summon result. So I'll send 2 back to the Abyss. 1 comes back to the Lodge. And I advance 3 on Atlach-Nacha's summon track. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm meeting the Elder Sign threshold, Atlach ends up with another curse. Then with Wild Green, I'm not preparing anything there, so Atlach-Nacha will draw 2, and she will be done. The investigators are discarding a blue at the gathering to move up to the museum, turning that into a dangerous place to be. I'm probably going to have to bite the bullet and take a big raid here pretty soon. Unless... as much as I want to use Necessary Evil, I don't think well, I could go prepare a Corruption, potentially. That's still going to get me raided anyway. Which is probably Fine. So I'll use a confound on a green to move over to the gathering. I'll end up with these cultists. Cultist investigator. Temporary control does me no good right now. Oop, come on. 3 from the abyss. Come on. Oh, jeez. There we go. 3 from the abyss. 1 to the other worlds. Green, yellow, blue. I will prepare a corruption, and I'll cast it immediately. So I can either sacrifice 2 cultists from my lodge, which I will do that, or become cursed, but that'll let me either advance 1 on my summon track or remove 2 elder signs. There we go. Atlach-Nacha's at 8 right now, although that's probably not going to matter in a second. Although you never know, I could get lucky again. We'll draw 2, and then that'll be it for the turn. I'm getting rated with 7 dice. So I'll pull these 5 out of the way, and I'll roll these 7 dice for my raid. Actually, that is, 7 dice. Yuck! That is a pretty terrible result. So 4 cultists leave, and I don't... Come on. Stop it. Well, as we're going to see here in a minute, the dice giveth, and the dice taketh away. Because after that raid, Atlach-Nacha is going to end up with 7 elder signs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yowza. And that was a bad roll for the raid, but I was about to get raided anyway from the investigators being out of supply. Unfortunately, Atlach-Nacha's problems are going to get worse because they're discarding a green, trying to move over to the gathering, except I'm there already, so they move to the other worlds. I'll put my last cultist out in the only bit of good news. Excuse me, Atlach-Nacha will end up with her second curse. Well, I'll use a confound from the gathering to move over to the streets of Arkham, putting out a cultist and an investigator. Fortunately, I control the location outright. So I'll get rid of 2 of these. Actually, I'll get rid of all 3 of these cultists by sacrificing 1 of mine. So all 3 of those go back to the lot. We'll go back to their supply. Yellow double red doesn't do anything for me, so I'll draw back up, and I will be done. At the other worlds, they're discarding a red to move over to the library. Then I will discard... Yikes. I'm going to end up getting... Well, I'm going to discard a white to move over to the ceremony. Taking all of these cultists, or all these investigators. Cultist, investigator. I'm going to roll for temporary control because if I don't get it here, I'm going to take another elder sign penalty, and that's going to all but kill Atlach-Nacha's chances of making it out of the winners group. Which I will not get control of that. So I'll end up with a gate, and unfortunately, I can't trigger her dark gift because I've got no cultists. I've also gotten, actually, I take that back. I do have something I can prepare. That'll be a rack with 2 green, which I'll be casting immediately once I get rid of all of these astral symbols. Also, once they move to the discard pile, there we go. So rack will let me destroy a cultist from a location or lodge. Sure, we'll flatten 1 at the other worlds. And all of these go away into the discard pile. Then I'll draw 2. And I will be done. The investigators are discarding a yellow at the library to move over to the streets of Arkham, which will put another investigator out. And this could just end Atlach-Nacha's run because I've got 4 dice I'm rolling. If 3 of these are Elder Signs, Atlach-Nacha's Christmas in Arkham just all but came to an end.
Wow.
Which 3 Elder Signs, which would mean 3 cultists, 3 investigators leave. 1 stays, but Atlach-Nacha will end up with 3 Elder Signs. And that will all but end Atlach-Nacha's run in Christmas in Arkham. I think this is the second time Atlach-Nacha has made the winners group and has not gotten summoned in it.
That is a shame.
Let's see. Progress on the summon track was 8. She had 10 curses, or 10 Elder Signs, and 2 curses. So a very rough run for the Spider Queen.
It was. You had a chance. That second time when you were there and rolling 8 dice, if you could have gotten a couple, you got 2 successes. If you'd have got like 6 successes, it'd have been over.
It would have been a much different run for Atlach-Nacha. Now she's praying that both Azathoth and Shub-Niggurath have total meltdowns.
I need to share my screen, don't I?
I was just going to say, we need to share your screen so we can move over and see what Azathoth is getting up to.
All right, Hasten Doom. I gain a Elder Sign.
Yep.
Whenever she gains at least 1 Elder Sign during a turn, she advances on the summon track by 1 at the conclusion of that turn.
Yep.
Really? Okay. So I start up here. They start down here. We got 1 and 1 in there. All the quadrants, 7 there. 2, 4, 6, 7 there. All right. Perfect. We're ready to rock and roll.
Take it away.
Destroy 2 of their. Yeah, we'll go. We'll immediately go to green here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This card I want to flip. Dummy. We'll go there. We will add a thing, add a guy. Lovely. I get 3 guys back into my group. And I will move a cultist up there to the Neverworlds. I can prepare a spell of green. I'm close, but no cigar. All right.
You should have starting symbols out around.
Oh, yep. I forgot to put out symbols. Sorry. So where do we start with that?
Start from the other worlds.
Okay, so we'll say that was white up there, yellow there. I knew there was something I was missing. Red, yellow, red. All right, so I got green, yellow. Oh, green, yellow might actually become cursed to prevent all. Oh boy. I'm going to prepare it because why not? No, because I might want to go to white. That's why not. Become cursed to prevent all Elder Signs from a single source. So that's like if you're getting raided or something.
That's if you got a big raid coming at you and you expect to get hit with a lot of Elder Signs in it.
Yeah, that's fine. I will prepare it. I will put the things away from that location. I'm just going to start a stack right here, I think.
Yep.
Out of the way. All right. And I will draw back up. Oh, 2 blues. Lovely. What is this one doing all kanky winked? All right, what do we got? Anything good? Summon a monster? No. Okay, looks like we're going to blue next time. They are going to go. Oops, we got some dice in the way here. They're going to go to yellow, but they're already yellow, so that means they're going to go up here.
Yep.
And then they're going to add a sky over there, and they're going to be done. Then I'm going to go to blue. So add a blue. Yeah, we will put this blue out there. Head over to blue. And occultist. An investigator. I can look at these. Right. Ceremonial dagger. Return the supply up to 5 from your lodge, then become cursed. Oh, so you can get rid of 5 dudes to become cursed, huh?
Yep, if you need to stop a big raid coming in or even potentially mitigate it.
Discard a spell from your hand to cancel any spell being cast. The spell is discarded without effect. Oh, so that's I'm going to take one from the top, and I will shuffle, because just to make sure you guys know I'm not setting something up here. Skull of Lore, roll a die, discard a Skull of Lore, advance 1 on the summon track. Oh, if you roll a Cthulhu. And if you roll an Elder Sign, you become... Oh, so it's like a... Oh, that's dangerous. Could be game-winning, but it could also be dangerous.
Highly. And that's a greater Elder Sign to become cursed, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's see, that gives me blue, yellow for cards. I don't have any blue, yellows, so we can't do anything there. We'll draw a card. They are going to go to yellow again. Well, they're liking that yellow spot.
Yes, they are.
That's not good. And that is all they're doing. I got yellow or blue. Fortunately, I got a double blue so I can go wherever I want, but that's 2 cards for nonsense.
Which, in fairness, one of your blue cards is good, the other one's crap.
Yeah. Rolling the extra dice. All right, we're going to spend our double blue because we can't go to yellow. We can't go to blue, so we're going to have to spend them, right?
Yep.
Where are we going to go? We're going to go to red. One of those guys, one of our guys. We can try for temporary control because that's a good thing to do.
Yep.
And technical means nothing.
Right.
We get 3 cards though. 1, 2, 3. And I can prepare a spell for what?
You can prepare 2 spells this turn using the same set of astral symbols there, but you're prepared
double red, which gives me nothing. Okay.
to say.
So draw and I'll be done.
Yep.
They're going to go to green. Just there. All right. Now at least we got some choices here. Corruption's a great spell. I need a green-white. Green-white, huh? It's only one green-white combo. That's up here. I would have to discard 2 green cards to get there, though. Can't go to green because he's there. I don't want to go to yellow. White. White gives me what?
Your dark gift and a gate card.
Which just gives me a bad thing.
But it also lets you advance on your summon track.
True. That is true. That is very true. All right, we'll play white. We'll see how this goes. Play white. Wait, what was white? What's that spell? Draw a gate card. That's fine. All right, Get rid of white. We'll go to white. Oh, he fell over. All right, one of us. One of them. Temporary control. No. All right, so I get a thing and a thing. It gives me a white and a blue. Oh, can't cast anything. And what else can I do?
Did you make sure to get your gate card?
No, I knew there was something else. Gate guard. Put that here. And then, do you have to have control to move, guys? Is that what it was?
The control action at the ceremony is sacrifice 2 cultists to advance 1 on the summon track. But since you didn't get temporary control, you can't do it.
They're going to go to green. They're already at green, so they're going to move back here. Put up a guy. And be done. Green, green, blue if I go over there. That's not good either. Hmm. Tricky, 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 tricky. All right, we're going to go back over to green. Put a guy there. Get 3 guys back. We'll try for temporary control. I don't think I've ever gotten temporary control ever. Nope.
And you won't hear.
Not that time. But I can move 1 guy up there. Spells. We have green, green, blue. Green, green, blue does nothing. I'll be done. He is going to go to green. Oh, can't go to green because I'm there. Boom. So does he go back there or does he go back down here?
He goes to the streets of Arkham.
Down here. Okay. I don't have any cultists in my lodge or I would get raided immediately, but he does get to add a guy.
Just going to say.
And I get a curse because he tried to go to my location.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to spend my wild. I'm going to move up here. Place one of my guys.
You're going to end up with those 3 investigators in your
Oh,
lodge
yes.
first.
I will grab 3 to bring them into my group. Hey, boys. How you doing? Good to see you. All right. So I own the location. I have 4 there. I have 4 dice there. All right, roll them over here. So, oops. So they don't fall off the edge.
Yeah.
We learned our lesson the hard way, I guess.
Yep.
All right, so we're looking for Cthulhu heads. That's what we're looking for.
We're also looking to see Philip Reynolds stopping by. Evening, Philip. Hopefully you're enjoying the winners group in the Fate of the Elder Gods tournament this year.
3 technicals and a Cthulhu.
That is a nice roll. So 3 investigators.
3 back in here and 1 back to me.
1 back to the lodge and 4 on Azathoth summon.
1, 2, 3, 4. Almost what you did yesterday, but half as good because you rolled 8 of them. Yeah, cheating bastard. So we got a green, green, white, yellow, and a wild. Green, green, white, wild. Green, white, corruption. Yes, it's got to be corruption. I'm going to immediately cast this. I believe. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to cast it. So we're going to lose 2 guys back here. Then you may advance 1 on the summon track. So he's getting closer.
He is.
Okay, that's it for. Oops, nope. Come back up here, buddy. There we go. Okay, so that is, and we got to get rid of the. Let's see, where were they? Up here.
Up at the other worlds.
All right, you boys, come there. Oh, they even folded in there, nice and neat.
Yes, they did.
All right, so we will take a card. They are going to go to white because that's a great move for them. Put a thing over there. Okay. We're 3 spots away. That white. Can we do a white anywhere? No.
Not right now, you can't.
We have 3 cultists already, so All right, we're going to go to red, I believe. And one of their guys, one of my guys. Temporary control would be great to get a spell for free. I know what spell I would like. Oh, it was on the edge. Oh, did you see it? It was on the edge.
No luck.
You're killing me. Smalls, you're killing me. 1, 2, hello, 3. We get a red, white. Oh my God, I can't even prepare a single spell. That is ridiculous. I hope you feel ashamed. I hope you feel shame.
I don't.
I draw up. He's going to go to white. Oh, that's a good location for him to go to.
Except he's already there, so he actually goes to the other worlds.
No, I just moved him there. He was. Oh no, I'm sorry. He was. I'm sorry.
He was
there in white. Right. Yeah, my bad. I was thinking. So he wants to go to white. He can't go to white, so he goes up there
to the other worlds. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I knew I was getting ahead of my head. I was already moving him up there, but then I said, no, that's not right. Okay. Well, that changes everything. It
doesn't change the fact that an investigator needs to go up to the other worlds, though.
I thought I put one up there.
I guess I didn't see it.
I'll put one just in case, but I thought I did. But that's all right. All right. What does this say? Discard a skull to advance 1 of the summon track. Roll a die. Become cursed. I'm gonna risk that. It's a free roll, right?
Yeah.
Come on, I'm looking for I'm looking for Cthulhu, right?
Yep.
All right, come on. Cthulhu, yeah.
You got there.
All right, so this goes away.
Yep, and you advance 1 on the summon track.
Advance 1 on the summon track. So now literally I'm 2 spaces away.
Yep.
Which means this one then is a game winner.
Not yet, it's not, but the Ancient Stirring, if you can prepare it, is.
I'm sorry?
Corruption isn't a game winner yet, but the Ancient Stirring would be if you can prepare it.
Ancient Stirring, where's that?
It's called an Ancient Stirring. It's the spell you're probably wanting to prepare for free.
Why wouldn't this one be?
Because that only lets you move 1 on the summon track.
Oh, right, I see. Oh, that was the 2 move, right? Okay. Okay, so if we were able to prepare this, that would be great as well. Blue, white, yellow. Blue, white, yellow. Blue, white. Boy. There is no blue, white, yellow either. Boy, oh boy.
Pretty limited for that one, too.
There's no white, white, white. Advance 1 in the summon track. Green and yellow. That would be, oh, yeah, that would be bad. All right, so let's see where it doesn't cause me to get raided, because I've got 3 guys here, right?
Yeah, you got 3 cultists there right now.
So if I go to blue, what came out over here? Oh, no, we drew the top one, didn't we? Oh, you know what? We're going to blue, actually. Now that I think about it, that would be... Oh, we can go to blue.
You just need to dump 2.
We would have to dump 2 cards. Let's see which cards are dumpable. At the start of your turn, draw a gate card during your movement phase. Yeah, let's drop... Oops. Drop this one. Well, that's actually not bad either. Maybe... Yeah, we'll take this and this, maybe. Let's... All right, well, whatever. Where are we? We are...
You're at the library right
yeah,
now.
we're red. Yeah, okay. So we're going to spend 2 green to move to blue. We get a guy. They get a guy. We are going to take this and immediately cast it to get rid of all these guys.
That'll also get Azathoth his second curse.
Yes. Okay. So we are blue, 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 red, yellow, blue, 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 yellow, blue, 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 yellow. Find gates. Blue, 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 yellow, huh?
Looks like it's preparing only. Looks like you'd only be able to prepare find gate.
Yep. All right, then we're going to draw and get rid of these cards. And he's going to go to green. That's helpful. Get him out of there. We're still like 1, 2 spots away. I need... Where's that one to... There's one that has like moving guys from one location to another. This one here. Blue, white, yellow. Oh my God. No blue, white, yellow. And no white, 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 huh? Damn. Green, yellow. Let's look at green, yellow. These combinations of spells have been pretty bad. I could go here, but oh, he's already there. I can't go there now. Damn it, jerk! What is he doing? Okay, so I can go to green yellow. I can go down here. No, but then no, that doesn't work. All right, I think I am going to. Where are we? We're in blue, right? So we're not gonna use that gate card. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to white, which means we'll get these 3 yahoos over here. Hello, fellas. We own the location though, which means we can destroy 2 of these guys.
Yep.
Come on, grab them. Thank you. All right, and I get. Oh, I go up one of my thing, and I get another thing here, right?
How did you gain an elder sign?
By activating my
Oh, yeah.
power, right?
Yep.
Okay. And that's all I. Oh, wait, I can sacrifice 2 to do something?
Yes, you can. Actually, that would advance you 1 on the summon track.
Okay, and that would end it for him, right?
Yep.
All right, so not a bad outing for Azathoth. Not the world's greatest, but not bad either. I'm happy with that outcome.
2 elder signs and 2 curses for Azathoth.
Yeah, that was all right.
It was.
Especially since I couldn't get any of the stupid spells to line up. Man, I couldn't cast any spells. Like, it was just bad.
Well, let's see what the Black Goat of the Woods is doing with her run in Christmas in Arkham. She's the only thing right now standing between Azathoth and a rematch of the 2023 Summer of Lovecraft.
So we come down to Azathoth or
Shub-Niggurath, the Black Goat of the Woods.
Shub-Niggurath.
With her special ability, 1,000 Young. Discard any monster you control and its corresponding tokens. Draw 3 monster cards from the face-down monster reserve. Summon 1 and place the other cards at the bottom of the monster reserve. No curse.
She's the one that did the full run through the other day.
Yeah, she was the one. She snatched Nyarlathotep's winners group spot right out from under him. And Shub-Niggurath is the first ever 3-time finalist in the Fate of the Elder Gods tournament. So, just looking at the monsters here. Okay, nothing that's very good there. So, I think we will get started with a blue because that's absolute garbage. And move over to the museum. Cultist and Investigator. Don't need temporary control. I'm going to grab the Amulet of Nephron-Ka for a little mitigation. And then we'll shuffle this up. And then we'll come out with the Jade Statue. Didn't need temporary control. I'm not preparing anything with blue-white. So I'll draw back up, and that'll be Shub-Niggurath's turn. The investigators at the Streets of Arkham are discarding a green to move over to the Gathering. Then Call of the Wicked Ones is garbage on a red, so I'll move over to the library with that. Investigator, Cultist, And then 3 cards, I can ready an additional spell using double red, which I actually have a double red spell I could prepare. But I won't. So I'll draw back up, and that'll be it. The investigators at the gathering will discard a yellow to move over to the streets of Arkham. Putting an investigator out, we'd get raided, but no cultist on the lodge. We will then discard the white that we drew to move down to the ceremony. Investigator, cultist. Temporary control is a thing I would like here. I will get it. I'll also get a dark gift and to look at 3 monsters from the face down reserve. 1, 2, and 3. Let's take... We'll take the deep ones. Let's see, I can place 3 deep ones. Let's see, I can place them on 3 different locations. On my turn, I can remove a token to choose a location occupied by a deep one and destroy a cultist or an investigator there. They can also count as 1 cultist for purposes of control, but can't be summoned. The special is not relevant to the solo game. So I'm going to put 1 at the other worlds, another 1 at the ceremony, and a 3rd at the library. Then I will sacrifice my 2 cultists there because I got temporary control of the location and advance 1 on Shub-Niggurath's summon track. Then with white-blue, I'm not preparing anything there, so I will draw back up, and I will be done. The investigators are discarding a green at the streets of Arkham to move over to the gathering. I'll set that on 3 and move that over to the deep ones. Let's see. I'm going to use a blue at the ceremony to move over to the museum, placing a cultist and an investigator. Temporary control, which I won't get. I'll take an artifact off the top, which is the ceremonial dagger. Nothing I can do there with red, white, blue. Nope, not preparing anything. So I'll draw a card, which is a find artifact, and I will be done. They will discard a yellow at the gathering to move back to the streets of Arkham. They really like being there for me as well.
Jeez.
Then I get raided, but nobody there to raid with.
You got 5 white cards.
Yeah. And at least 2 of them are useful. So actually, it is my turn. And there isn't a limit on that. So I'm actually going to clear that out. We'll nail ceremony, library. We'll just take 1 at each one, and I'll clear the tokens for the deep ones. And that's a... Okay. All right, so yeah, I will go ahead and discard a white. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's discard the gate tokens, the gate card, since I'm going to be losing it anyway, but also getting it back shortly. Cultist, investigator. I'm not going to roll for temporary control because the deep ones can't be sacrificed. Actually, the deep ones are gone anyway. Let's see. We will get the gate card back. And then I'll get a look at 3 more monsters. We've got the Shub-Niggurath, the Ghoul, and the Bayaki. The Bayaki, of course, I used to great success last night. So I'm going to grab it again. So that'll give me that'll let me place the Bayaki at any location. So I'll place it at the museum. All right, I've got the 3 tokens there. Since it is still my turn, blue, double blue, white. I'm not preparing anything there. I will actually take a token off to move the Bayaki and any 2 investigators. So I'll take the Bayaki and 2 cultists up to the other worlds. Then I'm actually going to do that. Actually, I wonder if there's a limit on the monster tokens if I can only use 1 per turn. I think it would say 1 per turn if I could only use 1 per turn. I'm just gonna look here. I can only have control of 1 monster. No, it looks like you can just use monster. Looks like you can just use as many monsters as you want. So I will go ahead. So we'll actually clear out the Bayaki to move to the library and then pick these 2 cultists up to the other worlds. Okay, so the Bayaki's gone. Then, like I said, I wasn't preparing anything, so I'll draw a card. And that'll be it for the turn. The investigators are discarding a green. They like ping-ponging back and forth between the streets of Arkham and the Gathering. Let's see. I will discard 2 white at the ceremony to move up to the library. Cultist, investigator. I'll roll for temporary control. Which I will get. 3 cards, and I can ready 2 spells for cost of the same astral symbols and 1 for free by sacrificing a cultist. The one I'm going to ready by sacrificing a cultist and immediately count. I'm not going to cast it just yet, but it's an ancient stirring that's ready to go. That's my free ready. I can't do anything at cost, so I will be done. That's a power surge. At the gathering, they're discarding a yellow to move over to the street.
Nope, you moved you.
So I did. Moving over to the streets of Arkham, as I was saying. They will move there. I would get raided, but nobody to raid with. Then I will use a green at the library. Now I'm moving me to the gathering. Taking these 4 cultists, or these 4 investigators. Cultist, investigator. Temporary control would be great. I don't get it. But I do get 3 cultists back, so I can hold the Elder Sign penalty at bay. And then I'll move 1 up to the other worlds. Green, quadruple yellow is going to let me prepare and immediately cast a Find Artifact. So I get to draw an artifact off the top. Stack all of these up. I'm going to go ahead and cast the Find Artifact. So off the top, I will find the Lamp of Alhazred. Roll 3 dice. For each Elder Sign, I roll, I gain an Elder Sign, then I immediately take another turn. I'm also going to toss the ceremonial dagger. Well, not the ceremony. Actually, that is the ceremonial dagger to return these 4 cultists back to the lodge, and that will get Shub-Niggurath her first curse. Let's see. And that's at the current location. Which, yep, I'm going to cast Ancient Stirring now to gain 1 on the summon track. Then I can sacrifice 1 at the current location to gain 1 more. So I'll sacrifice that to advance to 1, 2 on the summon track. So now I'm up to 3. And then I will be done. Okay, the investigators are discarding a blue to actually move somewhere else other than trying to move to the gathering. They're going to the museum for a change. Apparently they got sick of the gathering, saw me coming in, and were like, no, we'll give you a break. Let's see, 6 dice. I would need them all to be summons. Which I don't think I want to take a chance on that just yet. Although I could do this. Use a yellow. I will end up with cultists on the lodge again, but not for long. 3 in the lodge. Cultist. Investigator. Rolling for temporary control. Which I won't get, but I don't need it to do much more than hold the raid at bay. 2 investigators back. Then for green, yellow, blue, I will prepare Enlighten the Faithful. All right. Then I will draw back up. And I will immediately cast Enlighten the Faithful. So I can move up to 3 cultists from any one location to any other location. I'll move these 2 up to the other worlds. The investigators are discarding a green at the museum to go back to the gathering. And now we're rolling 8 dice. And I think we're going to go for it. So we're going to use the gate card down at the streets of Arkham to move up to the other worlds. Actually, that'll give me 9 dice to roll. And I need 6 to be successes. And I've got a guaranteed 1. Well, depending on how bad the roll is. Because with the Amulet of Neferin-Ka, I can either change either 1 lesser Elder Sign to a tentacle or discard it to change them all. But let's see what we get here. 9 dice, 6 need to be summons. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shub-Niggurath has done it again. 6 summons exactly. 3 back to the Abyss. 3 back to the Abyss. 3 back to the Lodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with no summons and 1 curse, or with Shub-Niggurath getting summoned, no Elder Signs and 1 curse. So a brilliant performance by the Black Goat of the Woods. And in a rematch of Christmas in Arkham 2022. Hold on. I think I might have tabbed over to the wrong sheet. No, I didn't. Yes, got summoned. No Elder Signs, 1 curse. So another brilliant performance by the Black Goat of the Woods. And Shub-Niggurath is our opponent in Christmas in Arkham 2025. And that concludes the Fate of the Elder Gods tournament. Jester, what do you think?
Well, I think we're going to have our hands full. That's for sure. It doesn't look good if he or it keeps doing what it's doing. We're in big trouble.
Well, I'll offer a little bit of consolation on that front then, because the last time I faced Shub-Niggurath on the channel was Christmas in Arkham 2022. And I brought my main team out for that because we had a bad summer against Nyarlathotep in the Summer of Lovecraft, and we actually beat Shub-Niggurath by a final score of 3-0.
Oh, well, then it should be no problems whatsoever. We got this, no problem.
I wouldn't put any faith in that score. But, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the Fate of the Elder Gods tournament for 2025. We indeed will have our hands full with the Black Oat of the Woods, and we will be starting that tomorrow morning as we start the campaign proper in Eldritch Horror. I will also have Pinot with Phoenix tomorrow evening, probably, but there'll be more, and there's going to be a lot coming on the channel. We'll also be in a new cookbook for Mystical Munchies next week, but stay tuned for more on that with Pinot with Phoenix later tomorrow night. Jester, what do you have coming up on the channel?
Oh, I got my end of the month review. It was a busy month. I got 55 different gameplays in November. Well, I mean, having a week off does help. So
Yeah.
You know how your gameplay is going to go through the roof now that you're off work.
Yes,
so
I do.
With all that extra free time, it was a busy month anyways, but then, with the extra time off, it just made it that much better.
And then coming over here for at least 4 of those.
To do your thing, yeah. It was fun. It was fun. I'm glad we're finally past the intro, and now it comes down to actual proper gameplay, us versus the Ancient One.
Indeed. And we will hopefully see you guys for that tomorrow morning. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.